Hi everybody. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make tails from Sonic. You can choose the colors that you'd like to use. I will be using neon orange and white. He was originally orange and then they changed him to like a yellowish orange and then to like a light yellow. So choose the colors that you'd like to use. So for just so you know that the neon orange that I'll be using is about 111 bands. The white is about 68 bands. I'll be using ocean blue jelly for the eyes, which is 2 bands. There are 2 single red bands and 1 black band for the nose. I'm going to use 1 loom. Our loom's going to be in its original position with the arrows facing down. I am going to show you how to do the 2 tails, so you won't have to pause the video. We're going to start off with our body color, so mine's the neon orange, and double bands. We're going to go down on the right 3 times. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Now going down 3 times in the middle, but we're going to not start from the first peg at the top. We're going to start at the second peg. So from the second to the third peg. And we're going to go down 2 more times. So 1, 2, and 1 more, 3. Now, switching to your white color, double bands, we're going to go down once on the right. Closing it off with double white bands from the middle down to the right. Taking a single white, we're going to cap this 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to loop up, but we're not going to remove off the loom. We're going to leave it on the loom. We are going to crisscross, so there's going to be no holding bands. So reaching in at the bottom, grabbing your top 2 bands, I'm going to hold down my cap band so it doesn't fall off, and go up to the middle peg. Reaching in the middle peg, we're going to grab the double bands and we're going to go to the right. So we crossed over. Reaching in at the bottom on the right, grabbing your double white bands and bring them to your 4th peg going down in the center. Reaching in the center and cross over to the right. Reaching in on the right and cross up to the middle. Now the last 3 sections we're just going to loop straight up. So reaching in on the right, go up once and then another. Going in the middle and loop up. Now the hardest part I think of this design is the tail part. We're going to reach in the middle and bring these bands up to the right. So it's going to look like that. Now again, we're going to leave it and we're going to do another tail. So grabbing double of your body color, we're going to go down 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Going down in the middle, we're going to start below the right peg. I'm just going to fix these, they're twisted. And going down 2 more times in the middle. So a total of 3. Now switching to your white color, we're going to go down once on the right and we're going to close it off from the middle down to the right. Using a single band, cap band, we're going to cap 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. And now grabbing your hook, we're going to loop, moving your cap bands out of the way and grabbing your top 2 bands and go to the center. Reaching in the center, grabbing your bands and go cross over to the right. Reaching in at the bottom on the right, cross over to the middle, up to the middle. Reaching in the middle and cross over to the right. We're going to go below to the right and cross over up to the top, middle. The last 3 sections, we're just going to loop straight up. So I'm going to loop up on the right. 1 and then again, 2. Looping our last bands in the middle. And now reaching in on the middle, grabbing our bands, and we're going to bring them up to the top of the middle of the right side. Now each of these tails, we're going to slide them on double bands. We're not going to do a slip knot. So reaching in, grabbing one of your tails, we're going to grab double bands and just slide them on our hook and removing off the loom. I'm going to leave this on my hook for a minute and grabbing double bands, I'm going to do this to the other tail. So grabbing our bands, not doing a slip knot, grabbing one and now the other end and removing off the loom. Now we're going to slide these tails on double bands. So grabbing one tail and sliding it on, grabbing the other tail and sliding it on, and grabbing the other end of the bands. And now I'm going to be using my loom to hold the tail. So I'll be using the second peg going from the bottom. Now I'll be showing you how to do the arms. And the arms I'm going to start off using my body color, so my neon orange, double bands, and I'm going to go down 4 times on my right. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now you're going to take a single white band and we're going to wrap it around 4 times on our hook. Now you're going to need to wrap this around 4 times. So what this is just these bands right here. And what will happen is you'll have 4 loops on this side, and I will show you how to bring 2 loops to the other side at the end. So it has to be 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to slide this on white bands, so double white bands. So just pinch and slide on, and then attach to your loom. Going down one more time using double white bands. And now a single cap band. We're going to cap at the end 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. And now you're just going to loop straight up to the top, and I'll show you how to do another one. So reaching in and just loop to the top. You can remove off your loom, and I'm going to attach this to my loom at the bottom on my 3rd peg. Sorry, 1, 2, and 3. Let's do another one. Going down using double bands, I'm using the neon orange. 1, go down 4 times. 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to take a single white and wrap it around my hook 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to slide this on double white bands. So just pinch with hold with your finger, pinch and slide on, and attach to your loom. I'm just going to fix because it's kind of twisted. And now going down one more time using double white bands and a single cap, wrap 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. And now just loop right up. So reaching in and loop to the top. Reaching in and remove off the loom. And now I will be attaching it to the bottom on the 4th peg going up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to show you how to do the legs now. We're going to start off using double. I'm using the neon orange, just going down once. Now this is where you need your red single band, and you're going to need 1 white single band. We're going to take these individually and wrap them around our hook 4 times. So starting with the red, wrap 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Taking a single white and wrapping it 4 times. This is the bottom part of the foot. So just wrap 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it looked like this. Now taking double white bands, you're going to slide these on. So support with your finger, pinch, and slide on. Pinch, and slide on. And now you're going to attach to the loom, but you're going to make sure that the red is at the bottom. And I'm just going to fix because it's twisted. And now taking double white bands, we're going to go down 2 times. So 1 and again, 2. Taking a single white, we're going to cap this 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. And now just loop straight up. So reaching in, and up, and last one. Reaching in and remove off the loom. And I will be storing this at the bottom peg on my left. And now let's do this again. Taking double bands, I'm using the neon orange, and go down once. You're going to need a single red and a single white. Starting with your red, wrap 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And a single white, wrapped 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sliding these on double white bands. Support with your finger, pinch, and slide on. Attaching this to your loom, making sure that the red is going like it's towards the bottom. And go down twice using double white bands. So 1 and 2. Using a single white, we're going to cap the bottom 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Reaching in and loop straight up. Removing off your loom, and I'm going to store this on my right side at the bottom of the bottom peg on my loom. So now I'm going to show you how to do the face, and the face and the body will be on this loom right now. So using our body color, my neon orange, double bands, I'm going to go from the left up to the middle, and on the other side, the middle to the right. Going down twice, using double bands on our right, and then on the left, going down twice. 1 and 2. Going down in the middle, double bands, we're going to go down twice. 1 and 2. Switching to our white color, we're going to go down once using double on either side, our right and our left. So that's 1 and on our left. We're going to close off for the chin area. I'm going to go from the left down to the middle, and on the other side, the middle to the right. We're going to fill in the middle using double white, and it should look like this. Now I'm going to put our holding bands on now. So using a single of my neon orange, I'm going to do an upside down triangle. I'm going to switch to white, single. I'm going to skip the second peg going down on either side because our eyes are going to go there in a second. So making a triangle, 1 and then another 1. So it should look like this. Now let's do our eyes. I'm going to use the ocean blue jelly, a single, and wrapped 4 times around my hook. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Taking a single white, we're going to wrap twice on either side. 1, 2, and 1, and 2. Again, wrapped 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a single white, twice on either side. 1, 2, 1, and 2. I'm going to slide this on a single neon orange, support it with my finger, and slide on. The other eye, and attaching this on our second peg going down on the left to the second peg going down on the right. I'm going to use my hook to separate. And now I'm going to show you how to do the ears. The ears, I'll be using DIY Mommy's pig ear, her pig charm. I love these ears. It's a fantastic technique. These ears work on everything. So I thank her and I give her all the credit for these ears. So I'll be starting, and I will put her link to her pig charm in my description if you want to check it out. It is a cute charm. So I'm going to start off using a single neon orange, and I'm just going to work at the bottom below my face and then attach it to the top of my peg. So just a single and a triangle, taking a single and just doubling it and attaching it on the right. And now doing the same thing on the left side. So you could use your hook if you'd like, just wrap it around twice and then attach it on the left. Now taking a single white, I'm just going to go down once in the middle. Using double bands, I'm going to make a triangle, and now taking my hook, making a diamond. Now I'm going to push these down, and I'm going to cap the end 3 times with a single. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to reach in, moving my cap band out of the way, and grab one of the bands and go to the left. Going back in and grabbing that other band and go to the right. Now I'm going to be looping all the way up to the top here on my right. So reach in, grab my band, grabbing the other band, and now on the left. Reaching in all the way to the top. Grabbing our single white. And now we're going to remove this off the loom and attach it to the top peg on our left. So you might just want to push your bands down before you do that. So reaching in, remove off the loom. And now the bands are twisted in here. So be very careful that you put all the ends, all the loops on your peg so it doesn't fall apart. And now let's do that again. A single, make a triangle. A single, you're going to double. And a single, doubled. I'm just going to fix this because it's twisted. And now taking a single white, go down once in the middle. Taking double my orange bands and making a triangle and a hook, using my hook to make a diamond. I'm going to take a single and cap it 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Now to loop, reaching in, grabbing the top band and go to the left. So just one of the bands. Reaching back in and grabbing the other and going to the right. Now loop up on your right to the top. So that's 1 and 2. On the left to the top, and now grabbing your single white. Remove off your loom, so reaching in and gently your other ear we're going to put on the top right corner. So stretch your ear and slide it on. So now what we're going to do is do the face extension. So this area right here. So what we're going to do is using single white bands, we're going to double it, and we're going to do this twice. So I mean like 1, and then we're going to go down 1. So a single, doubled. And we're going to cap this. You could do 3 or 4 times. I'll do 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just loop up And you can remove off the loom and attach this. I'm going to be on my left side, so attach it to the third peg going down. 1, 2, and 3. We need to do 3 more, so we'll do them together. 1 and double it. Go down using a single, doubled. Cap it 3 or 4 times. I'll do 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Reaching in and looping up. Removing off the loom and attaching it to the end. So the fourth peg going down. Doing this again, a single, doubled. A single, doubled. And cap the end. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Reaching in and loop up. Removing and attach this to the third peg going down on the right. We need 1 more, so a single, doubled, and a single, doubled. A cap band, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Reaching in and loop up. And remove and attach to the fourth peg going down on the right. Now I'm just going to push this area down because I'm going to show you how to do the nose now. So we're going to use 4 bands. So I'm going to just work in this area below. So that's 4 bands, and now switching to double bands, go down once. This is where you need the black single band for the tip of the nose, and we're going to wrap this 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now loop up. Reaching in. I only grabbed 3 of the bands. I'm just going to fix that. Oops, I lost the band now. And now I'm just going to put these bands straight and remove off my loom. So this is what your nose should look like. Now I'm going to take one section off because it's easier for me to attach to the loom. And I'm going to stretch this and attach it to the third peg going down on the left, to the third peg going down on the right. So what's going to happen here now is you're going to grab the top 2 bands, and we're going to remove them and bring them down to the fourth peg going down. So 2 bands are on this peg and 2 of the bands are on this peg. Now I'm going to grab the other side, top 2 bands, and bring them down. So now let's start with the body. We're going to use 3 bands for the neck. And now the shoulder area using double bands. From the middle down to the right, and the middle down to the left. Push down. And now using double bands, we're going to go down 4 times on the right. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 times. I'm going to go down actually once on the left right now because my arms are in the way. So just once, and I'm going to remove my arms off and attach them to the body. So reaching in and attach this to the left. Grabbing my other arm. It doesn't matter which way because I know it's bent, and we'll fix that after. So attach it to the right. So now I'm going to go down 3 more times on my left, double bands, 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to go down in the middle using white bands, just doubled, go down 1, and then 2 more times, so 3. 1, 2, and 3. Switching to my neon orange color, I'm going to go down the middle once. So because I have these pieces in the way, what I'm going to do is go down one more time on the right and going down one more time on the left. Now I'll be using single bands for holding bands, going in a triangle at the top here, just below the arms. Go down again with a single, again with a single, and on the last one, we're just going to take our band and go up. So I'm just going to push that down and reaching in and grabbing my tail, I'm going to attach it. Okay, so just like that, slide it on, and I'm just going to push down so it's out of the way for when I loop. Now my legs are in the way. I'm going to reach in and remove one, so I'm just going to remove the one on the right and complete by going down using double bands for the legs all the way to the end. And I'm going to attach my foot. I'm going to remove the left side and complete it by going down. One more time. And now attach my foot. So this is what you should have. So now I'm going to show you how to loop up. I'm going to start on my left, and I'm going to loop up until I'm going to stop right at the single holding band. So my fourth peg going up. So reaching in, moving my foot out of the way, I'm just going to loop up, and one more time. I'm going to reach in and I'm going to take these double bands, so move that holding band out of the way, but I'm going to loop this to the middle, to where my tail is. I'm going to do the exact same thing on my right. So reaching in and loop up. My fourth peg, I'm just going to, reach in, moving my holding band out of the way, and grabbing my bands and go to the center where the tail is. Now I'm just going to loop up on my left all the way to the neck. So reaching in, moving this holding band out of the way, and loop up. Just going to move my arms out of the way. You don't want to loop those. And now we need to loop up on the right. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and your fifth, because we didn't loop these bands. So reaching in and go up. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I have all my bands looped. Now reaching in where your tail is, and we're going to move our tail out of the way and grabbing our bottom two bands and loop up. And now loop up your neck. So move all your bands out of the way, grabbing your 3 bands for the neck, and loop up. So now we're going to reach in and we're going to grab the top 2 bands, which are going forward into the middle. Reaching back in, grabbing our next top 2 bands, and they're going to the right. Reach back in and grab the bands that are going to the left. Now I'm just going to loop up all the way to the top on the right. So reaching in, moving all these bands out of the way, grabbing our bottom 2 bands, and go up. Moving all these bands up and looping up the orange. Move the eyes out of the way. And now move the ears out of the way. Now the same thing on the left. Reaching in, moving all these bands out of the way, and grabbing our bottom 2 white bands. Reaching in, grabbing our orange bands, reaching in, reaching in. And now for the middle, what you want to do is you do not want to loop over, like on top of the nose. So I'm just going to grab my nose and pull it down. I don't want to loop on top. So pulling my nose out of the way, reaching in, grabbing my bottom 2 white bands, and now loop up all the bands in the middle. And again, one more time. So my nose is completely loose. So now we're done, and we're going to take 2 single bands and we're going to do a slip knot twice. So just using one, because one of the bands we're going to cut. We don't want to cut the one that we are doing the slip knot, your whole thing will fall apart. So reaching in, grabbing that single, and doing a slip knot. Let's do that again. Reaching in, grab one end, bring it up, and sliding it over, doing a knot. Tails is ready to come off the loom. Okay, so I'm just going to bring the eyes forward. You just move the eyes around, like twist them around to get your desired look. And then you can just play around with those eyes. And now one of these slip knots I'm just going to hide. Excuse me. And I'm just going to reach in the back through all these bands. And I'm going to bring that slip knot, grabbing one end, and I'm just going to hide it. The other one I'm going to cut, so I'm just going to use scissors. You can do that now or after, and just cut just for like a little piece of hair. So now I'm going to show you how to fix the arms. You can kind of pull the nose out. But to fix the arm, the band that we wrapped around our hook 4 times will be on one side of the hand. I'm just going to grab one of the loops, it doesn't matter which one, with my hook, grabbing one, and grabbing one, and I'm just going to bring it over the hand to bring it to the other side. So there's one loop. I'm going to do this again with another one of those loops. So there should be 3 now. I'm going to grab one and bring it to the other side of the hand. So now I have 2 loops on either where the wrist is. I'm going to do that to the other hand. So the other side, I'm going to grab one of the loops and bring it over to the other side of the hand. Grabbing one loop, another loop, and bringing it over to the other side of the hand. So it should have 2 loops on either side at the wrist area. We're going to do the same thing to the feet. So grabbing one of my legs, I'm going to grab a single loop of the red and just stretch it over to the other side of the foot. Grabbing another loop and stretching it to the other side of the foot. Now I'm going to do the same thing with one of the loops of the white, stretching it over to the other side, and another loop. So you want to make sure that the white loops are on top of the red loops, and just fix it a little bit. Now, I'm going to bring a foot forward, so I'm just going to reach in, just the bands below the red, and just bend this a bit forward. So his foot is just going a little bit forward. So his shoe is going to be like that. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to bring a single red loop and stretch it over to the other side of the foot. So over on top to the other side. Again, another single red and stretching it over. Now a single white loop, stretching it over, and another single white loop, stretching it over. Making sure that the red loops are on top of, on the bottom of the white loops. So like this. And now I'm just going to stretch the foot, like bend it forward. So his feet are going forward. Now for the tail, I am just going to pull it towards the back. So just stretching it up towards the back. And he's done. You can fix the nose or whatever. I hope you enjoyed Looming with Cheryl. If you like this, hit the arrows up. And if you don't like this, still hit the arrows up. And please subscribe. I have a lot more designs. Shadow will be next. And comment below if there's anything else that you like and you want to see next. See you next time. Bye for now.